It's the day before the grand opening. I have balloons to inflate, cleaning, and I need to go buy a few items for drinks. So I think I already showed you guys my friend inflated yesterday. So I'm gonna set the camera and get some of the blues done. Maybe this hot pink by Tuftex. I think this pink is this one, baby pink. So put that there, and then we have this teal. We'll see if the teal works or not. I have 11 inches and 17. So we're going with the bigger so it fills up the space. The colors we are using are baby pink, navel, hot pink, and teal for this balloon install. My goal here was to use most of the colors that are on my logo. I'm really loving my logo. The more I see it, I just love it more. I'm so thankful that Mo convinced me to change the logo. But here I'm inflating the balloons and creating clusters of 6 with at least 2 of the 17-inch balloons inside so that I can create bigger clusters because I'm creating an install outside, so it's going to have to fill up more of a space. Now, one thing that was eye-opening for this experience this time around was that I had some help with inflating the balloons. Some people were professional and some were not. Some I taught how to inflate and others I didn't have to. But with that experience in mind, I'm starting classes in November, online and in-person classes. So that really helped me, or this experience really helped me to be able to give my students feedback whenever they are inflating balloons, because a few pointers was being able to tie balloons well enough that they don't come apart when you're installing, or being able to create your clusters well enough that they don't come apart, or making the balloons the right size, because you could make it round but you're not maximizing the balloon size that you have when you purchase like an 11-inch balloon. You end up where you're inflating it to like a 6-inch when you could make it probably a 9-inch or 10. So that all those things plus more being in mind, if you're trying to learn how to design these organic balloon garlands, make sure you sign up for one of the classes so that I can teach you and give you proper feedback so that you're able to create good looking full balloon garlands. Once my clusters of 6 balloons are created, I'm connecting 3 of the clusters together because I don't want my colors to be lost in the design. So once I have a cluster, 3 clusters, then I can connect to the next color. I'm creating a color block. So it's up to you how you want to design your garlands, but this way I'm able to really show the colors that I'm going for. At the end, I realized I didn't use enough of the pink, but it turned out just fine. Now we're moving on to the teal with the same idea in mind, just creating round balloons. You don't want oval because that makes a difference on how your garland fills up and also how your balloons look at the end. So we want to twist all that together and create our clusters with at least one of the 17 inches. I'm moving on right now to my balloon ropes. Now, if this is too fast for you, make sure you check out the tutorial that I made a few months ago specifically for the balloon ropes. I'm tying 2 of the 260Q balloons together, but before I tie them together, I'm compressing them to make them flat to get all the air out. Then I tie the 2 together. So the 260Qs look flat. Again, I'll link the balloon tutorial down below for these ropes so that you can follow along and create your own. It's a lot slower. I will also have a class just for the balloon rope so that I can walk you through, because depending on how tight you pull your 260Q or how loose you make it will determine how your rope will end up, because you don't want a cluster. You actually want the balloons to all line up how they are lined up right now, as you can see. But what I decide to do is, because I don't have a lot of time to create this backdrop, so I want to make these ropes so that I can use them as an accent or more of a statement for the organic balloon garland. Again, there's not a lot of time. This is the day before the grand opening, so I'm trying my best to maximize my time. You also want to leave some of the 260Q on each end if you decide not to use rubber bands. I'm doing that here. On each end, I leave a little bit of a slack so that I can use that 260Q to attach this balloon rope to my backdrop. I am making 2 of the ropes with for each color, so I have a total of 8 balloon ropes. Now, what I forgot to mention, each pack of the 5-inch balloons has 50, and I inflated 2 packs, so it takes about 50 of the balloons to create one rope, and had a few extra that I used for my filler balloons. But the whole thing here is I ended up using 4 of the 260Qs to design about 50 or less of the balloon ropes together, because I created that slack and I also had a few spare that I could use for tying on to the balloon garland itself. So you can see all my colors here, and you can see that I'm leaving a little bit of a slack at the end, then work my way up. Once all the colors are done, then we'll move on to start installing our balloon. Again, make sure you check out the full tutorial if you want to learn how to create these garlands. The video is specific for these balloon ropes, so make sure you check that out so that you can learn how to make them yourself. We have all the colors, so 2 of each. All we have left now are the navel. Those are the extra ones. When you're tiny, you just keep putting it till you have enough slack left. We are going to move on to installing on the day of. So excited that my grand opening date was set, and we are finally here on the day of. After lots of planning, lots of work, we are here early in the morning to set up. I have my whole family here to help out, but I could not put this balloon garland outside the day before. I wish I could, so I had more time, but we're offloading the car. We are busy running last minute errands and trying to get everything done. So now that I'm here trying to set up this balloon garland, Sabi is helping me today because she is ready for this grand opening as well. We're using these command hooks. I'll have them linked below. They are good, but as windy as it is, it made it a little bit hard for us to get this balloon garland fully up and ready. But I'll tell you, we'll kind of troubleshoot as I go. I have to adjust the ladder each place, but once you get your command hooks on, I have on there my 260Q already attached to each one so that it'll be easy to install. Remember, I'd already connected my balloons together with the clusters of 6 clusters for each color. Now I'm just securing this in place. I already attached all that together, and now we're just gonna secure. You can see how windy it is. It is 8 a.m. and it's pretty windy. Sabi is helping me hold the garland so that it doesn't flip-flop around, but you'll see how the wind just carries it round and round, and that's how we end up losing the command hook that's holding that pink, lighter pink balloon garland in place. But because I didn't want to secure the other end without having this right side a little bit longer, I decided to start working on that end. But I'm using 260Qs now on these crowd control posts that I have out here. Because they are heavy duty, I figured that would be a good way to hold them in place, to hold the full garland in place, and also use that to attach the ribbon for the ribbon cutting ceremony. So I'm going to secure that left side and then extend that teal right there so that I can attach it to the crowd control post that's on the right. Sabi is helping me tie some of the 260Q on the crowd control post down there so we can use it to hold the balloon in place. It's very windy right now. The garland doesn't look like much, but just trust the process and you'll see how it all comes together towards the end. Now I'm telling Richard how that command hook came off, and now I need some fishing line because I'm troubleshooting, and I decide to pivot my idea and attach my fishing line to that screw that's right below my sign so that I can hold this garland in place. It doesn't look steady now. Eventually it'll be a lot more stable once we get everything nice and secure. So Richard found some fishing line. He's gonna extend the ladder for me so that I can reach a little bit higher. As I was editing, I started thinking this is probably something I should learn how to do, to extend the ladder, but I'm thankful for him to help out when I need the help. So because I'm not yet up there, I'm working on the base of the garland, attaching the balloon ropes with the 260Q that are on there already with each color block so that it stays in place. Eventually I'll move that over because it's overlapping with the pink. So now that I have the 260Q, I'm gonna make sure the ladder is nice and steady so that I don't fall off, because in quote, I'm afraid of heights, but once you don't look down, you're okay. Olivia is helping as well. She has the filler balloons right there. I'm gonna hold that first until I can get this balloon more secure and I'm not worried about it flip-flopping all over the place. So I'm tying the 260Q to that screw, and my method here is to loop it around the building there so that it's closer to the garland and not suspended from the top where it's gonna still fly around. Then I'm going to go around that teal balloon from the back and kind of anchor it and pull it up. So I'm trying to untangle the fishing line right now, and once it's out of the way, then I can pull up and wrap it around the garland to hold it up and out of the way. I'm moving the ladder excuse me, so that the garland has room to come up because it was pretty close to the building. Now that it's all the way up, I can adjust the balloons and wrap the 260Q around well enough to secure it in place. And that's the filler balloon Olivia gave. We'll put that while we're up there checking everything out. We're gonna secure this one in place with the fishing line, the 260Q we put on the base of that crowd control. You can still see the garland is flip-flopping back and forth. So we continue to attach our balloon ropes, but at the same time we're trying our best to secure the garland so we don't lose it. It's about, let's say, 9 a.m. We have the event starting at 1. We need to get ready. We have to make some punch, final touches to everything. So I'm working very fast. I don't know if any of you saw the live, but this was on a Sunday a week ago, and I went live on YouTube for the first time to show you exactly how we did this. So if you didn't see that, check it out if you have the time to watch that and just see how we really troubleshoot and talk through this whole thing live. But it makes a difference when you're recording. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any tutorials. And please leave me a like if you like this balloon design. Check out our other videos as well. We will be posting a video after this to show you how we set up our ballroom for the grand opening, just showing the rental items we have and creating a few backdrops as well. So I'll just combine all that in one video so that you guys can see the different backdrops I designed for all the vendors and how I set up all the rental items that I have. So make sure you follow for that tutorial. I am working from the bottom up. As you can see, I have to minimize the amount of times I move that ladder. I watched the video now, realizing how sore I was the next day because of moving that ladder back and forth, which was not light. But the strategy I have here is to fill the bottom, put all the filler balloons where I can and wherever I can reach. That way the left side is complete because the ladder is there, but also the bottom is also complete, and then I can move the ladder and finish the top of the garland. Sabi is working hard, handing me all the balloons that I need, the filler balloons that I need, and we are filling everything up the best we can. On the right side there, we're trying our best to get the balloons in place so that they don't move, and I'm filling the base as well. I really like the touch I created there so that it pulls in everything in, so that really worked very well. Still have to fill the left side there, and I'm gonna work on that now as Sabi brings more balloons. The only thing I regret not doing here was adding more of that hot pink to the left bottom part. I should have done that instead of the teal, but it's okay when you're rushing and trying to get as much done as possible. You kind of miss certain things. So I'm adding some balloons there so that it fills that left side, and we're trying our best to get the eyes, everything done. I decided to move this balloon rope down because I wanted to cover the teal, not overlap with the light pink there. So that is that part, creating more filler balloons, and we're going to add more balloons as we go. I have to move the ladder here so we continue. Matt has the ice for the drinks, and again, everyone is busy working. He's putting mulch at the front as well, just trying to get everything done. We have our ropes right there. I'm gonna move the ladder to the middle so that I can put it on that navy blue and the pink. Again, if you're interested in learning these organic balloon garlands, please register for one of the classes. Check out the website coming up. We'll have the classes on there so you can sign up. The classes are limited, so make sure you grab your spot as soon as possible. I'll open some dates up for January as well so that you can register for a class you have the time to attend. They'll be limited because I want to be able to give you proper feedback on your garland, especially with the experience I had with others helping me install. It helped to know how to give good feedback as well when you're designing. Plus, I can watch you do it and give feedback. Here I'm moving this 260Q towards the middle so that it'll fit on that particular garland and the rope will stay aligned. So you don't have to necessarily attach it with the end only. You can also make adjustments and move it to the left. And if you put the 260Q and you feel like it doesn't work, just use a rubber band to wherever you want it to be attached to. I'll create a separate class for the balloon rope so that you can learn in person as well as virtual to see how you can make your own, and I can walk you through it. So don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any videos or tutorials, and make sure you keep checking the website for dates you have available to register for your own classes. Adding our final touch there, and I'll show you some pictures of the balloon garland when it's all installed. I'll post pictures and videos in the next video so that you can see how the grand opening went, and my family and everybody dressed up to help out for the grand opening. This is from the photographer, and this is the picture I took. Thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day.